tremendous atmosphere in the fan zone throughout the course of the first week here on talkSPORT, and I thoroughly encourage you, if you haven't been down yet, you can find out more information at the website talksport.com/fan zone. I'm going to have a little bit of a nosy. Obviously, England taking on Wales on Tuesday night. Should be lively in that one, let me tell you. There'll be some other good ones as well for you to get involved in as well. Plenty of the talkSPORT team down there too, so you can hang out, chat football, give us abuse to our face rather than just over social media. There you go. Get yourself stuck into it. Should be a little bit of a laugh. So you've been down there.
Yep.
Have you taken in all the games today? Did you manage to catch everything that's happened, or have you just?
No, all the games I got in. I missed a little bit of the Argentinian game because I was travelling across from Waterloo.
Yeah.
To here. Missed a goal.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I've seen them all.
They haven't been amazing as of yet. Argentina, for a side that entered this World Cup
as favourites.
As favourites, with what were it, 666 consecutive wins or whatever it was when they're coming into this. Obviously, I'm exaggerating that. Don't text me on it. The first two games, they flattered to deceive a little bit. Obviously, they got beat first time out. Today, even though they got the victory and they move on to their final game with everything in their hands, goals aside, they weren't the Argentina that I've come to expect. There's still a lot of gears still to go if they're going to do anything at this World Cup.
There's loads of gears. And the thing with the World Cup, you don't need to be amazing in the group stages. You just need to get through.
Here we go.
You just need to get through. And then when it counts is the knockout stages. And will we see that from some of the great teams now? Like Argentina, will they come into their own knowing that if they do qualify, they'll be giving a lot more better performances. But there is teams that have already stepped up to that plate. France look very strong. Very strong. He's
a special dude, that Mbappe fella, isn't he? I think a lot of people obviously knew this. And when you're talking about the current best players in the world, yeah, all right, maybe the generation of Messi and Ronaldo are on the way out, but the new generation, which is obviously fronted by Kylian Mbappe, he is the front guy. I put something on social media a little earlier on, right? I had to be really careful with the wording of how I said it, because I know what social media is like, and people get passionate about footballers from yesteryear, and when you make comparisons to greats that have gone before, people go, "Oh, you're talking nonsense, recency bias, and all this type of stuff." But when I watch Kylian Mbappe with the football at his feet, and he's running at pace, the shapes, the shadows, everything about him, the way that he goes about it, he is the closest thing that I have seen to the real Ronaldo, to R9. Yeah, just the way that the balance of him, the control of the football, the acceleration and then speed, and just the way that he drops his shoulder, the little step overs, the shimmies, all that type of stuff, all those things. Now listen, when I say the closest thing to, that does not mean me saying as good as, better than, or anything like that. I'm saying the shapes of him, the shadow, when you're looking at the silhouette of this fellow running with the football, that's the closest thing I've seen to R9. R9's he's the greatest that I've seen in my time, that I've watched regularly. But this guy is the closest thing in modern football to him.
To me, it's a modern Thierry Henry.
I can see that.
The way he plays,
I can see a bit
the way
of that.
he stops and shifts the ball, exactly what Thierry used to do.
I can see
he
a bit
used to
of that.
stop you and just outburn you down the wing. He's like a modern, Thierry Henry. Because I've seen Thierry Henry up and close in training.
Either comparison is still...
It's still a fantastic comparison. But 100% he's I reckon, closer to Thierry Henry.
He's special. Out of all what you would class as the top teams that you've seen so far, are France the guys that you would say that they're the ones that are starting to pair a little bit more so than the other ones? Like you've just said about your group stages, I get it. But what you've seen, the way that they're playing, the way that they're ticking together, the way that their star man's playing, are they the ones that are pairing the most?
At the moment, yes, to a certain degree, but I do feel they're a little bit vulnerable at the back. They do seem to concede goals. Australia went one up early doors.
Yeah.
And I think they're not as strong at the back as they used to be over the years. I don't think that partnership's very strong, and I think a good attacking team can see that vulnerability and use that. But going forward, they've just got so much power going forward. That's the thing that gets them out of trouble.
Lloris has got a mistake in him, hasn't he?
He's got a mistake in him. Yeah, he's got a little bit of mistake in him.
I think
Varane, he's not the Varane that was at Real Madrid.
Well, one of the big criticisms of Rabiot in the past is that he's a bit of a troublemaker. He doesn't integrate with the team. Fantastic talent, always has been a fantastic talent, but not necessarily a player that you integrate into the nucleus of a side. But what I've seen of him so far in these 2 games, obviously I'm not on the inside, so I don't know what he's doing personality-wise, but what I've seen of him on the pitch, he's been absolutely fantastic in the middle of the park there, looking really, really good. Obviously, we're always, when we're talking about France, going to talk about Kylian Mbappe, but even, I know that Benzema's not there, and that's amazing for us to still be talking about this side that are pairing without the Ballon d'Or winner this year of Karim Benzema.
And Kante. How important he is to that team.
Absolutely. But even Giroud, and I know that Giroud comes under criticism from some quarters, but what he actually offers to that side to allow Kylian Mbappe to do what Kylian Mbappe does, I think he's absolutely integral. I think Mbappe actually prefers to play with Giroud over Benzema because it allows Mbappe to be what he wants to be.
Yeah, Giroud doesn't move from that little vicinity of an out-and-out striker within the box. He doesn't move out of those lines. So if you've got a Giroud just staying there, not moving, it leaves the space for Mbappe to stay on the width. Benzema likes to come in deep. He likes to drop a little bit. So then people have to fill in for that, that Giroud spot. So they're all integrating. So obviously, with Giroud staying there, it just leaves Mbappe on the wing where he likes it, cutting it on his right. If not, I will stand you still, burn you down the wing. It's more his preferred spot.
Our social media team, by the way, whilst we are talking about football from today, our social media team have just put something out on our Twitter, right? Which I know that is there for the clicks. It's there for the interaction and what have you. And there will be people raging in the comment section. I've not even read the comment section as of yet. I will do in a minute. But the question is basically based on a picture of Maradona and a picture of Messi. Which one is the GOAT? Is basically the question.
Listen, it's close. There's no denying that.
Do you think it's close?
It is close because they both are GOATs. But if you have to choose one,
it's not close.
No. You can't say it's not close.
It's not close.
Messi and Maradona are 2 legends, 2 GOATs. But Maradona is out of the 2.
Yeah,
he is the GOAT.
I agree with your answer. It's not close though. It's not close. Lionel Messi is a very, very, very good footballer. One of the best footballers of this generation of football, and most certainly push football to new limits with the things that he can do with a football. When you actually analyse what he has done in the teams that he has done it does not compare to what Diego Maradona did in the 1980s. Maradona won leagues, won World Cups on his own. That is not an exaggeration. Messi has not done that. Lionel Messi has played in one of the best Barcelona sides of all time. Xavi, Iniesta, doing a lot of the legwork for him, creating those spaces, taking people away and allowing Messi to be Messi. Absolutely fantastic. He's also doing it in an era of football where you can't tackle anybody, and he's doing it on carpets. But mate, I'm talking about Maradona. Maradona did it, right, on Hackney Marshes, on bogs, mate, right, when people could boot you sky high. And he did it in substandard sides. That 1986 Argentini side is not the same side that won the World Cup in 1978, for example. He was on his own, and he did it on his own. When he went to Napoli, geez, man, I can't explain to... Napoli is basically Accrington Stanley now, right? That's what it was. And he went there, and he won them Serie A for the first time in God knows how many years. Not once, he did it again. He was that good, right?
No, totally agree.
On his own.
Totally agree. But what people will say is that was the standard he was playing against. He was just in a league of his own, but the standard that he was playing against was there as good that the standard that Messi's playing against now.
I get that from a technical point of view. I get that absolutely. The defenders, the way that people marshal people,
exactly,
absolutely better today.
Yeah, much better today. So,
but then you could tackle. You could absolutely launch somebody into Rosette.
I'm with you. I'm thinking, if you're putting these 2 GOATs and you have to choose one, I'm choosing Maradona all day long. But Messi is a GOAT in his own right.
Has he won the World Cup?
He hasn't, no. He hasn't, but, he's still a GOAT in my eyes. He's still one of the...
I'm not denying him being a wonderful footballer. Not denying him being a wonderful footballer.
So are you denying he's a GOAT?
In comparison to Diego Maradona?
Just in general. If someone says, Lionel Messi is a GOAT, would you say yes or go no?
Greatest of all time gets thrown around loads, doesn't it? It does it happen in sports that I follow, in boxing and MMA. It gets thrown around all the time, and the debates rage on. He does it in football, right? Lionel Messi is one of the best footballers of this generation. Him and Cristiano Ronaldo are above everybody else of their generation. We've just been saying that Kylian Mbappe is going to come through and probably be the one of the next generation, of that generation. of all time, when you go and look at all time and you put everybody in the pot and you have a look at it, you go, geez, man, Diego Maradona was a different level to them all.
What about Pele?
Again, you can put him into this conversation because of the age that he was doing things with the Brazil side from 1958.
He won World Cups.
He did win World Cups as a baby as well, as a teenager and all this type of...
Carried that team.
Absolutely. Yeah? But Diego Maradona was something on his own. Absolutely something on his own. And for me, he is the greatest of all time. Greatest footballer that's ever walked the earth was Diego Maradona. Agree or not?
Yes.
Come on. 03717 22 3344. Get in contact.